Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Timberwolves versus Trailblazers NBA matchup on Friday, January 12th, 2024. Of course, if you like all the free picks we do at Pickdawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Use the discount code PICK for 15% off. We also have Dime Club and Sharp Trading Plays meant for people who make big bets. If that's you, go ahead and text the number you see on the screen. They're not available on the website. You got to text that number. But let's get to this one. We've got the Timberwolves taking on the Trailblazers, and the T-Wolves, not a bad season at all. 26-11, as we approach the halfway point of the year. 14-2 straight up at home, but 9-7 against the number. So certainly is some meat on the bone for the underdogs in Minnesota, as we have here the Blazers, who are 10-26 on the season, just 5-15 straight up on the road. But the odd makers have been pretty generous. They're 10-10 against the number on the road, even though they are just 3-7 straight up and against the number in their last 10 games. When we look at this Timberwolves team, and it was something that I was concerned about earlier in the season, I'm still somewhat concerned about it, is that they have a really strong team. They have a great starting five, but the thing is that when the team is all based on defense, which I love, right? Because I think defense is the difference maker, and you start moving ahead to April and May, and that's when the defense really starts to matter. But the thing is that during these middle point of the season, a lot of these really strong defensive teams will wear down and they will take a little bump in the road. It's just a matter of what they do after that bump in the road occurs, whether they can regroup and get it back together. Of course, the Timberwolves in the past have never been in this sort of position, at least not in recent years, so we'll have to see how it all pans out. But they're coming off a loss in Boston against the Celtics. They played in that game really tough. It ended up being a push in overtime, depending on where you got the line. The Celtics, the line opened at 6, went all the way to 10.5. The Timberwolves had some travel issues in that game. Meanwhile, they had lost in Dallas to the Mavericks, but in between had beaten the Magic in Orlando soundly. No problem whatsoever. When we look at this Portland Trailblazers team, they have lost now 4 of their last 5 games. Last time out, losing in New York to the Knicks in a game that they put 84 points on the board total. That is not going to get it done. And when we look at these last 5 games that they've played, 3 of their last 5 games, they failed to score 100 points in any of them. And then the one of them that they scored over 100, they got 103 against the Mavericks, giving up 139 in the process. Then they go to Brooklyn, they score 134. But most of the way, this team has been scoring about 100 points a game when they lose, or less, or 105 or less when they lose. And when they win, it's big numbers that are pretty much unattainable, on a regular basis. And I think when we look at the stats for these teams and really the tail of the tape, we can see that the Blazers offense is really the worst shooting team in the entire NBA. Dead last, 43.6%, and shooting from beyond the arc, also not there. And you're up against a Timberwolves team that is really strong defensively. And while they are wearing down a little bit, or at least, some fatigue, because there's so much effort put in, to have a strong defensive team, I still think they're going to shut down the Blazers, something fierce. This is going to be one of those 135-95 type games. I'm taking the Timberwolves big, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. They're 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.